Welcome to this session on market research databases. In this session, we're going to show you what a market research database is, why they're useful, and why Google isn't always enough. And we're going to show you some common pitfalls as well. However, before we begin, please consider whether you need to revisit any earlier sessions to support this topic. For instance, have you completed the sessions on strategic searching? This will help you inform your search strings and help you search for information more effectively. You can find these on the Learning Hub. So, please think of a product you've purchased recently. Perhaps coffee, a phone, or clothing. Pause the video, have a think about what that is, and then have a think about the following questions. What influenced that purchase? Did you consider any alternatives? Would you buy the product again? So those are all examples of questions that would be asked on customer surveys. Or really, it's market research data. And we can think of market research data as business intelligence. It's a systematic gathering of analysis of information about markets, customers, and competitors. But what does that mean for students? Well, understanding industry markets means that you've got a better business decisions being made. You've got hopefully stronger assignments and reports being written. And also you're becoming real world ready. You've got some proper context to match the theory that you're learning. Market research is going to answer questions like, how big is this market? Are you entering a market that's 10 million? 10 billion? Are you jumping onto a sailing ship or is it sinking? Who are the customers and what do they want? It's not enough to know who buys your product. You need to know why are they buying it? What's the motivation? Is it convenient? Is it status, health, sustainability? We want to be aware of who the main competitors are, what they're doing. You need to know your enemy, the old adage. We need to consider what trends are shaping this industry. Consider what effect COVID's had on accelerating online shopping, or the sustainability concerns around driving electric vehicles. We also want to consider financial performance. Every industry has different economics. Restaurants have thin margins, software has fat ones, and understanding typical profit margins helps you benchmark and set realistic expectations. Finally, we want to consider geographical differences. So what works in London might have different effects elsewhere in the world. So here's one of the headlines. Unfortunately, Google isn't always enough. Google's a free source, which is great, but unfortunately it can provide fragmented, unreliable, or outdated information without industry analysis. Professional market research databases address these limitations by offering comprehensive, current, and quality-controlled insights. So Google isn't always enough. The solution for really insightful report writing is to use these professional databases. You will find comprehensive cover, expert analysis, current data, standardized metrics. And these are the same sources that the Fortune 500 companies use and pay thousands for. So you're getting a real competitive edge. And again, you are using real world skills that people are using out there in the market today. So where can you access these databases? Well, head to the VLE or the Learning Hub, go to Quick Links and find the database page. And there you will find an alphabetical list of all of our databases with a quick blurb underneath of what they are and what they contain. Be aware that some of these databases require you to sign up, and all of them are going to need you to make sure you're signed in. So if you are struggling with access to some of these, please make sure you are signed in via the library page. But here are some specialist market research databases. We've got IBIS World, which specialises in a multi-industry analysis. And these reports can cost hundreds of pounds. And because you're a student here at Harper, you will have access to those. We have Mintel, IGD, Passport, and Statista. We recommend not just relying on one, but using multiple databases. And that will, again, enrichen your reports by giving you a wide variety of different sources. We'd also recommend some additional intelligent sources. We've also providing access to the Grocer and the Financial Times. These are very useful for getting retail news, current trends, to see how markets are performing and to also gain access to company data. So there can be another avenue of finding just what you need. By using these resources, you'll be able to build on the richness of your resource lists to be able to show that you are real world ready, that you are understanding the contextual impact of these markets and what's happening in the world today, to hopefully give you a really great advantage in your reports. So, from information to insight, what's the difference? We want you not just to report on numbers, but synthesize and interpret them. So take the following sentence. The UK coffee market is worth 4.1 billion. Okay, great, you've done some research, you've got some data. But that really isn't enough. All you're really doing is just describing. We want you to explain, to analyze. So take the next sentence. The 4.1 billion coffee shop market represents a 23% growth since 2019. Okay, so more facts, but suggesting consumer habits have permanently shifted towards premium out-of-home coffee experiences despite economic pressures. So there we've provided data, we've given some context, and we've given some implications, and that leads you to insight. And that's what we want you to be writing, insightful analysis, not just regurgitating facts. Here is another for you to read. Pause the video now. See if you can identify where the data, context, and implications are. So what are some common mistakes and pitfalls, and how can you avoid them? So we recommend not using out-of-date reports. Check to make sure that you are using the latest report that's been written. So check the publication dates that are at the top of the report. Make sure that you don't confuse global and local data, so pay attention to the geographical scope. Taking forecasts as fact. Remember that they are just predictions and they are not set in stone. Please don't ignore methodology. Understand how the data has been collected. And as I've mentioned previously, don't over-rely on one source. Cross-check these with other databases. And finally, do your best to not misunderstand market definitions. Read the scope carefully. What is the market that they're looking at? Be critical and apply your critical evaluation skills to market research too, as you've been learning in the strategic searching series. Remember, lots of guidance is available, so please do visit the Library Support Learning Hub page. We've got some self-guided videos there, like this one. We've got other lessons as well, and future lessons after this one are going to be focusing on specific databases like IBISWorld, like Mintel and Statista. Okay. If you're also struggling or you'd like some more sort of tailored advice, please do book a one-to-one session with us, which you can do via the VLE as well. As mentioned, here are the lessons, and each session has a video. Some have accompanying worksheets and quizzes to go with them as well. Okay, so you can find more help on the VLE. We'll leave you now with this page of where you can find more additional supports and information. That's on the Learning Hub. And we recommend that you watch the market research database video that you now require. Best of luck.